Coming up on News 2, more details on the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services decision to grant the Juan Luis Hospital an extension. Also, the controversial amendment that would allow WAPA to charge customers a monthly amount that would go toward running streetlights. This time, we take a look at the points of views of senators. Plus, breast cancer awareness, what every woman should know. Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gaman-Singh. Topping our newscast tonight, the Streetlight Amendment Bill continues to receive scathing response from residents. Yesterday, some Crucians took Government House to express outrage over the bill. There are senators who have second thoughts on the amendment, calling for a repeal, and some of their colleagues are willing to entertain the idea. News 2's April Knight has more.
The Streetlight Amendment Bill is still on the governor's desk, not yet vetoed nor signed into law. But already some senators are thinking of repealing it.
We know now is that the people of the Virgin Islands are by no means ready to transfer the payment of streetlights from property tax to the WAPA bill itself.
The amendment, sponsored by Senator Clifford Graham, would add $5 to WAPA consumers' monthly bill. Senator Graham calls it the least painful solution that would not only get rid of a $2 million deficit, it would also pay for powering the streetlights, which is underfunded by about $8 million a year. Senator Craig Barshinger initially voted for the bill, but now he's rethinking his decision.
At the time, I thought it was cost neutral. The amount that people would be paying, when you add up the taxes and the fees together, it was an increase.
Senator Diane Capehart also voted for the amendment.
To pass a balanced budget, it just brought parity, it brought fairness, where everyone would share this responsibility.
She is open to discussing a repeal, but like Graham, she says if they're going to do it, they need to be ready with another game plan.
If we repeal it, what are we going to use to put back that $2 million? I sure don't want to look at the vehicle surcharge. I don't want to look at the income tax surcharge. I don't want to look at the increase of property tax.
Proponents of the bill say paying $5 a month is a lot better than other drastic measures that could even include furloughing government employees without pay. Their challenge is getting Virgin Islanders to see it that way. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Again, the bill has not yet been signed into law. News 2 will keep you updated on its progress. Criminal investigation detectives on St. Croix are investigating a fatal shooting that occurred in the front yard of an estate work-and-rest residence. The victim has been identified as 19-year-old Malik Davis. Here's more.
Police were alerted to the shooting just after 9 a.m. on October 8th. The initial investigation revealed that Davis was in the front yard of the residence with one or more individuals, and that Davis was involved in an argument about a horse, police said. Police continue to investigate this shooting and urge anyone who may have been in the area or know anything about this case to call detectives and tell them what they know.
Also, police are investigating an armed robbery that occurred at Miriam's Bar on Hospital Street in Christiansted just before 11 p.m. on October 7th. No one was injured in that robbery. According to the preliminary police report, 3 male customers were in the bar when they were approached by 2 slim-built men wearing black clothing and black masks covering their faces. One suspect was armed with an assault rifle and the other with a handgun. According to witnesses, the suspects robbed the customers of their personal cash and watches, including a Rolex watch valued at more than $35,000. While the suspects were fleeing eastward, one victim fired several shots at them. Be sure to call Crime Stoppers USVI or police. The St. Croix Avis is reporting that the Golden Grove Prison's warden has resigned. According to reports, Warden Donald Redwood tendered his resignation effective October 18th, although it wasn't confirmed by Government House. The paper said Redwood himself told reporters that it's true. He told them leaving would allow him to spend time with his family in Ohio. BOC Assistant Director Dwayne Benjamin told News 2 he has not received any official document, but once they do receive something, an official statement will be released. Redwood was in the position since former warden Basil Richards' resignation in May. Meanwhile, one program Warden Redwood helped bring back online is feeding the community. 2 local charities were able to reap some of the harvest provided from the Golden Grove Prison's agricultural program.
At my brother's table, we're serving between 65 to 85 people every day, 5 days a week. And that takes an awful lot of food, and fresh produce is always appreciated. And you're helping us fill a need in the community by providing hungry people nutritious food.
We thank you all for giving us the produce, and pray that the Lord will bless you all, land and everything, that we can receive any more from you all. Thank you so much.
In other news, although the Juan Luis Hospital avoided losing its CMS certification this week, they're still not out of the woods. The federal agency wants to see system improvements, and getting that done means a $10 million commitment from the government.
One thing is the bottom line, funding. And so we need some action to this action plan. I'm requesting as a concerned citizens that we address the lonesome dove, which is the Texas oil company, funding that is in escrow. We know for sure the Third Circuit Court said that they have roughly $20 million sitting there, and our leaders have not come to a consensus how to proceed. So I think this is the time by next week to have a special session just to address our hospital, our health, and our funding source. And kudos again to Dr. Kendall Griffith and the Juan Luis team.
And we continue our breast cancer recognition during the month of October. Breast cancer is the most common cancer among women worldwide and the second most common cancer overall due to the use of regular mammography screening. Most breast cancers in the U.S. are found at an early stage before symptoms appear. And remember, the earlier it is detected, the better the chances. Cancer occurs as a result of mutations or abnormal changes in the genes responsible for regulating the growth of cells and keeping them healthy.
There are cells in the breast which become cancerous, which basically means that the cells have developed mutations and they've undergone changes over time where they now have the ability to grow and multiply and spread to other parts of the body.
If cancer cells get into the lymph nodes, they then have a pathway into other parts of the body. That is why early detection is key.
Early detection simply means that we're encouraging people to find cancer at an early stage. The key here is that breast cancer is very curable and it's very treatable, but if it is found at an early stage. We have different stages of cancer, and we go from stage 0 to stage 4. Stage 4 is the most advanced stage, which is incurable. Now, for stage 1 breast cancer, the cure rate is probably around 90 to 95%. So therefore, we're encouraging everyone to have a mammogram, and the American Cancer Society recommends that a woman should have a mammogram starting at around age 40. But also, we encourage patients to see your physician so the physician can perform a clinical breast exam. And we encourage patients to do their own self-breast exam. If there are any unusual masses that are felt, then a patient is encouraged to seek medical attention and possibly get a mammogram or a sonogram, or at least let the physician examine them to decide if they need further evaluation.
The Department of Health is offering some free flu vaccinations starting this Friday, October 10th at Tutu Park Mall from 9 to 3 p.m. Then on Friday, October 31st, Crown Bay Center also from 9 to 3. On St. John, it's on Thursday, October 16th at the Morris DeCastro Clinic from 9 to 2 p.m. And then on St. Croix on Friday, October 17th at the Sunny Isle Shopping Center from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Then Friday, October 24th at the UVI campus. Turning our attention overseas, Thomas Duncan, the first patient diagnosed with Ebola in the United States, has died. Duncan was in critical condition for days at Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital. The 42-year-old arrived from Liberia late last month and had been treated with an experimental drug. Federal health officials say they plan to unveil new screening procedures at the nation's airports. New screening steps could include checking travelers from West Africa for fever. Airports including New York's New York's Kennedy International, Chicago's O'Hare International, and Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International will be conducting screenings. Other international airports are expected to follow suit. Keeping our eye on the economy, airplane seats can be a tight fit, especially in coach. Airfare Watchdog polled flyers about which domestic airline has the most comfortable economy class seats. JetBlue is the #1, followed by Alaska Airlines and then Hawaiian. US Airways and American came in at the bottom of the list. Here's a look at the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all up. The Dow 274, Nasdaq 83, S&P 33. Coming up on News 2, a unique programming element aims to hand over the mic and push these students to a higher level as they learn all about broadcasting at this news studio. Details coming up. The cases involving Senator Alicia Hansen's eligibility are still ongoing. On Tuesday, Superior Court Judge Douglas Brady heard arguments on an emergency motion filed by St. Croix Elections Board Chair Adelbert Bryan. Bryan is requesting Elections Supervisor Carolyn Fox be held in contempt for violating an order by the local Supreme Court in August. It directed the Superior Court to remove Hansen's name from the ballot. Hansen subsequently removed the case to the district court, and a federal judge decided in her favor. Attorneys on all sides had until 5 Wednesday to submit any supplemental briefs. Now, if you missed it, the topic on Tuesday night's edition of Talk 2 was the marijuana referendum. The guests included Senator Terrence Nelson, Dr. Cora Christian, and Dr. James Nelson. Here's more.
Of mentioning this word, even introducing the concept, I've been under attack. But I think that I don't know who are with me, but I know that there are many people, many families, many patients, many individuals who depend on utilizing cannabis in some form to help in various ailments. And for me, it is very important to allow them to be able to either age with dignity or to have an improved quality of life.
As the general election approaches, various organizations are putting together candidate forums to help you decide which candidates fits positions best. Now, going on right now is the University of the Virgin Islands Senatorial Forum. That started at 6 p.m. It's going on at the Reichel Center. Now, there will be a second forum tomorrow on UVI's Great Hall on St. Croix. That also starts at 6 p.m. On Friday, October 17th, the Law Enforcement Joint League is organizing a forum for all candidates. That starts at 7 p.m. at the Ruthie Thomas Auditorium in Charlotte High School. And on Saturday, October 18th, the St. Croix Federation of Teachers will be hosting a candidate forum at the Alfredo Andrews Elementary School. Senatorial candidates from 1 to 3, and then the gubernatorial candidates from 3 to 6. Now, we will have more information on other upcoming forums through October. An open house last week gave the press a chance to take a peek at the territory's newest music station. Vivid Streaming uses revolutionary technology to broadcast out of multiple studios, and this station features high school students 4 days a week. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
Miguel Jacobs is living his dream.
I've been passionate about being on the radio, music in itself. It's just life. Music is life.
He and 3 other high school seniors are the St. Croix hosts for the higher level high school radio show on Vivid Streaming, the territory's newest music station, and it's never a dull moment.
Rashidi just said, hey, I'm looking for some youths to do this show. I said, okay, cool. I don't mind doing it. I finally get my dream to come true, and here I am.
I always liked the feel of a radio station and all that stuff because of listening to Rashidi.
What makes it fun is that I actually have a voice now, and I feel like people are actually listening to me.
Vivid Streaming is internet-based. It's the baby of longtime radio personality Rashidi Clements.
When we had this opportunity, I had the idea immediately to involve a youth radio program. Guys like Mike Johnson, Tony Santos, they encouraged me to do this. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for Jane James, who works in media in the States, to say, Rashidi, I think you could do this, you know, it wouldn't be done.
Clements launched the Vivid Streaming app in September. It's already gotten more than 50,000 listener sessions since its introduction. The high school show broadcasts from both St. Thomas and St. Croix, and there are plans to open 2 more studios in Tortola and D.C. While entertaining the masses and having fun is one of the main goals, a close second is passing it on.
Truly, it's just a blessing to be able to work with so many talented people, to work with the youngsters who are going to be tremendously talented in their own right, just to give them the opportunity that a lot of us never had.
And from the looks of things, the students don't need much help.
Oh, the grades coming. Yeah, it's coming very good. Just got some progress reports. I got some good already.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
Vivid Streaming features popular disc jockeys and offers a wide range of music from Latin to hip-hop and R&B. The Vivid Streaming app can be found in both the Android Play Store and the Apple App Store. Well, be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.